Welcome back to the Grill Zebo. I'd like to start this video out by thanking a couple of good friends of mine back in Oklahoma near the Medicine Park area. Lisa and Garen sent me this nice little t-shirt right here, my Sasquatch Medicine Park t-shirt. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate that. Now, on to business. I've got something going on right here. Got me a couple of Duroc baby back ribs and a pork belly. Now, this is only the second time I smoked a pork belly. The first time I smoked it, it was back in Oklahoma with a friend of mine, Jerry Garrett. Turned out pretty darn good, so I thought I'd do it again. So what I started out doing, these ribs, these baby back ribs, they didn't have any membranes. The membranes were already taken off of them. They're a private selection brand, I guess Kroger. So I didn't have to mess around with taking that membrane off. Anyway, I rinsed them off, put them in the pan, patted them dry. I didn't use any binder. I just used the Golden Toad competition rub and patted that on both sides of them. And then I took some of that 4/6 smoky maple rub, and I only put that on the pork belly because I figured we'd have a little maple flavored bacon belly pork stuff on there, and we're going to see how that turned out. But anyway, during this cook, I'm going to be using pecan and hickory. One thing I forgot to mention was after you put that rub on the meat, they want to let it sit around for about 20 minutes or so, just enough time to let the charcoal and the fire get started and get it going good. But I let that meat sit there and sweat. Now, what I mean by sweat is when it sits around, that the rub, the seasonings in the rub, they kind of liquefy and with the meat and kind of turns it into a little glaze on there. So I let that sweat for about 20 minutes or so before I put it on the fire. I got the fire going, got it down to about 275, 250 range right now, and got that meat on there. So give me a few hours and I'll get back with you. Stick around. Okay, it's been 2.5 hours of smoke. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap these things up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in here with a little bit of my head country sauce. Got this from Oklahoma last time I was down there. You can't get it up here for some reason. Used to be able to, but I don't know. They stopped carrying it in my local store. So I'm going to put a little barbecue sauce down. And what I'm going to do is take the ribs and put them in here meat side down, like so. Now I put the shiny side of the foil in because that's the nonstick side, but it also helps keep the heat inside the foil. So what I'm going to do is I got enough smoke on there, I think. I'm going to go ahead and just finish these off in the oven in the house. I got the oven preheating to 225 degrees. I want these things to cook slow inside this foil. So I'm going to go ahead and this pork belly, I'm not going to sauce it. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in here with the fat side up. I want that to have a different flavor than those ribs. So put the fat side up. You know what I might do? There's apple cider vinegar mixed with a little bit of water. I'm going to go ahead and put some of that in here because that apple cider vinegar helps tenderize that meat. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that in there and let it kind of steam inside there with that vinegar while it's cooking. It's finishing off in the oven there. Wrap it up good and tight. Keep all those juices in there. You get that last rack off, and I'll meet you guys inside when these things are done. Like I said, I'm going to put them in the oven, 225 degrees, until they reach a temperature of well, the pork belly. I want it to cook to 203, at least 203, maybe 205, and then it'll be nice and tender and just kind of fall apart and be like little barbecue candy. So I'm gonna get this wrapped up. See you guys inside when it's done. I had put the ribs in the oven after letting them get tacky, and they're tacky, so I took them out, put them back in the pan while my wife made the rest of the stuff, the baked potatoes, the cornbread. We got some collard greens in the back over there. And I want to open this and see how this pork belly looks. Ooh, that looks good. Nice and tender. It reached a temperature of 203. It was probe tender. Oh yeah, this thing wiggly. All right, let's cut into this to see how it looks. Ooh, that looks good. It's got a big fat cap on the top here. I'm gonna cut this corner off right here. Give it a try. Oh, that thing's just falling apart. Mm. Boy, that's good. That fat just kind of melts right in your mouth, too. You get another bite. I wasn't too sure about that first one. A big old hunk of fat right there and a little bit of meat right there. It varies throughout, so. That fat just melts. It's not bad. And that turned out really good. I wish you guys could taste this yourself. Well, anyway, that's it. We're going to feed the family now. It's time for dinner. Thanks a lot for joining me on Keller's Grill Zebo. We'll see you next time.